Oh, I didn't see you there. Well, since you're here, I think we should talk about an ethical dilemma that I think is important. Euthanasia for mercy killing. Euthanasia, by definition, is the painless killing of a patient suffering from an incurable and painful disease or an irreversible coma. In the book I'm reading, called Mice and Men, there's a dog owned by Candy, a farmhand, who has a dog as old as dirt, and Carlson, one of the other field hands, says to shoot it because it's old and has no quality of living. You and me can probably agree that the author thinks it's okay to use euthanasia, especially because in the final chapter of the book, George, one of the main characters, pulls a gun on Lenny, another main character, because it'd be better for Lenny to die instead of spending life in jail or suffering a worse death. Even though Mice and Men was written back in 1937, it's still illegal in most states to do euthanasia in the U.S. The simplest solution to this issue would be making it legal for everyone to be able to choose if they want to end their own life. Here are some videos to help strengthen my point.
After suffering from pneumonia, you were once put on a life support machine, which your wife was given the option of switching off. Should the families of those who wish to die but who are too disabled to take their own lives be able to assist them without fear of prosecution?
I think those who have a terminal illness and are in great pain should have the right to choose to end their lives, and those that help them should be free from prosecution. We don't let animals suffer, so why humans? But there must be safeguards that the person concerned genuinely want to end their life and are not being pressurized into it, or have it done without their knowledge and consent, as would have been the case with me.
If someone who's terminally ill wants to end their life, should we stop them? Because we do. But why? Hey guys, it's Trace, and thanks for tuning in to D-News. End-of-life care and decision-making is hard enough when it's about us. But what if your grandma, or your mom, or your brother, or your best friend was asking you to let them go? While the legality of assisted suicide is still being hotly debated, there are many countries that don't have laws outright banning it or legalizing it. In Washington State, Oregon, Montana, Switzerland, Luxembourg, Japan, Belgium, and the Netherlands, some form of assisted suicide is legal, though it varies from place to place. There are various methods to offer an end to one's life, including physician-assisted suicide, where a lethal injection is either provided directly or a prescription to a lethal dose of medication is provided to the patient. If a family decides to pull the plug or a patient refuses a life-saving surgery, you could consider those assisting in suicide, but they're all completely morally, ethically, legally acceptable. Assisted suicide is opposed by most religions and some secular organizations as well. According to documents by the General Presbytery of the Assemblies of God, the Bible is very candid about assisted suicide. Life is sacred, and the ability to take a life rests in God alone. That runs parallel to some secular groups that think it's just too final, that's opportunities missed and life's lost. Where is the line? If you have a bad breakup or lost the use of your limbs because of a car crash, should you have the right to die? If you were born with cerebral palsy or another serious birth defect, should you be allowed to end your life? What about a psychological illness like severe depression or schizophrenia? Where is the line? I'll leave you with this. Many believe that if assisted suicide were made legal, a disproportionate number of people would choose to opt out of life. However, simply allowing people the right to die does not always result in their death. In Oregon, 141 terminally ill patients were given the medication in order to end their lives. Many didn't. Only 71 took the meds. The author of the study called it the Oregon paradox, essentially saying that people who are terminally ill and have the option to end their life often feel a surge in well-being and hope to live longer. And personally, I take some comfort in that. At least the choice to stay was theirs.
Thank you for listening.